This week, the sky says, get into your cosmic zone, baby. It is time to take off, to blast off. Yes, that is right. This is the week that our Leo book baby is being born out into the world. So if you haven't yet, please grab your copy.
Welcome to Cosmic RX Radio, a podcast that gives you real-life tools of spiritual empowerment and pure hype. I'm your host and intuitive guide, MADI Murphy. I'll be serving up your weekly energy readings, cosmic boss interviews, and astro inspiration. Are you ready to love yourself more, manifest your dream life, and own your magic? Let's jump in.
It's your girl. It's your high vibe hype woman, Maddie Murphy, your cosmic consultant, your messy but mystical ass guide on this wild ride and being a human. And I am here to give you everything you need to know happening in the astro world so you can do your best in the earth world and of course align with your highest and hottest self. And this is the time to do it because it's Leo saison, baby. And it's also launch week for my book, first time published author. And let me tell you, the vibes are vibing. I am feeling so lit up. I am feeling so overwhelmed, so verklempt, as they say in Yiddish, just heart so full, so full. And I just wanted to thank all of you. I talked about it before, but I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have this book. I wouldn't have this whole amazing ecosystem offering between the community of thousands of you who are in our Cosmic RX Plus premium community, everyone who listens to the podcast. We just hit 750,000 downloads. So we're at almost 1 million downloads of you cosmic baddies. People that years ago, advisors and people in business told me, this is just not a thing. Stick to something. Don't go down the astrology route. Don't go the spirituality route. You're going to lose so much credibility. There's not a market for it. Blah, blah, blah. And we showed them fools. There's like literally 2 million of you on our email newsletter. And now we wrote a book. And yes, I say we because it just feels like such a family group project. And, a little fun fact about that is I want to say, first of all, I have a Chiron and Gemini in the 12th house. So if I wrote a book, you can too. So if you needed that sign, if you needed that encouragement today, let that be it. And also, I'm a Virgo. So I'm not going to write a book and put my name behind something that does not work, right? Virgos, we like receipts. I just can't be talking out my ass. I mean, I can, but not in a book. I can do it here. I can yap with the best of them. But I told myself if I wrote a book, I wanted it to be things that I knew worked. And not just for me, but to have enough of a pool, right, of different people from different walks of life, different backgrounds, different experiences, different obstacles, different opportunities. And this book is the amalgamation and collection of tips, tools, tricks, practices, advice, downloads that have helped not just me, but almost, I think I'm at the over 100, so I'm going to say hundreds mark of people that I've gotten to work with one-on-one in my mentorship and my small group coaching. And then this is the information that has helped thousands of you in our moon circles, in our group courses, friends, family. This is information to activate the power within you in your birth chart. And this is not the astrology book that's like, you have a Venus in Cap, therefore you're this way. That is astrology that defines you. I want to write a book about astrology that aligns you, that is expansive, that deals with archetypal energy and really help you notice where you're blocked and then give you the keys to unlock, baby. So if that sounds good to you, jump on it, get yourself a copy. If you also know anything about publishing, the first week or so is really crucial for just, if bookstores will buy your book and the vibes. And so I'm like, let's pull a Leo season and stunt on those haters who said, nah, there's not a need for this in the market, or, you're being too spiritual, too kooky with your astrology, or also don't talk about politics, don't talk about this and that. The amount of things I've had in my ears for the past few years has been insane. And so I think it'd be really cool to let's just show them. Let's show them the baddie verse. And more importantly than that, get the book for yourself. It's a love letter from me to you. Get it for someone you know who's either going through something hard or someone who you see that has so much potential and so much magic in them, just as an encouragement of saying, hey, let's bring this out into the world. So anyway, thank you so much. This is just again, a big thank you from the bottom of my heart for being part of, what I refer to as the cosmic revolution of more leaders, creatives, visionaries, change makers stepping into that place of the heart space, learning themselves so fully on the cosmic level so they can show up and beak out and stand up for the things that really matter right now. Okay, so we're going down some time before I get into the planetary planning. We have a beautiful week. I'm going to talk about some ways to work with Venus in Cancer and Chiron retrograde. We're like deep in that kind of summer retrograde soup. And we also have a Mercury Cazimi. So light bulb moments are definitely going to be coming up. Before I get into that, the book is out in the wild. That's the big Virgo announcement. That's the tweet. Let's they say like flood the zone. We know who's saying that. Can we like flood the internet with the cosmic zone? Can we just like flood the world? Can we flood the world with cosmic zone energy? Instead of flooding the zone, can we flood the world with the cosmic zone? Meaning like this gorgeous pastel vibe, but in human form of like love and compassion and creativity and joy and reckless, feckless, sacred giggles and like sexy selfies of you owning your truth. And okay, sorry, I digress, but that brings me to the Virgo announcement. For anybody who gets this book, we have, if you get it before the 29th, we have pre-order bonuses, and maybe we can still get you some if you get it after the 29th, just saying. And also, I am hosting a special live event on 8/8. It's one of my favorite days of the year, Lionsgate, which is a day to me of just really the numerology of 8 is important to me. Leo season is always important to me. And so for anyone who buys the book, I'm going to be doing a mystical next level hangout just for my cosmic fam. For anyone who bought the book on Zoom, I'm going to talk a little about the cosmic zone, but more importantly, we're going to do a live interactive Q&A with questions you have from the book about your chart, about your purpose, about life, about the world. So if you get this book before then, tickets are yours. And I would love to hang out with you on 8/8. And I'm also doing a giveaway if you post a sacred selfie or a sacred thirst trap with your copy of the book and tag me before 8/8 at the Cosmic RX. You're going to be entered to win a one-on-one cosmic consulting session with me for some serious magical, mystical information. We can use that time to go through your birth chart, to pull cards, talk about your business, your art, your life, your situationship. I don't care, baby. That's just hanging out one-on-one. So get the book before 8/8. You get a live event moment. And if you take a selfie, you get entered to win a little one-on-one private session with moi. So let's shift gears into who wants to talk about the moon. Who wants to talk about the moon? Me, and always and forever me. Thank you. Thank you to the moon. She's really my boss and been such a good boss throughout the course of this journey. So on Monday, naturally, we have a Virgo moon. So as we get ready to launch this book on the 28th, we're going to be channeling our inner goddesses of organization, cleaning, decluttering, planning the week, grounding into a nourishing ritual. The self-care moment is gentle movement and making lists that feel good. The thing we're not going to do is be overly critical. I'm talking to myself right now. We're going to focus on progress over perfection. Something I have us to talk about in this book, because that's a huge, 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 huge mantra for me with my Virgo, Mercury, and Sun. And then Tuesday through Thursday, how sweet it is. We get harmony, beauty, and connection with the Libra moon. Let's schedule those coffee dates. Let's talk out drama. Let's revamp your space. Let's bring beauty. Let's bring balance into your life. And it's Leo season and a Libra moon. Ooh, that is giving pretty bitch energy through and through. And I'm sorry, the birth chart of this book is so wild. And of course, the Leo Sun, Libra moon. I mean, I'm sorry, I can't stop bragging about my baby, but look how, if astrology isn't real, then why? So let's schedule those coffee dates. Creative expressions can be great for these times. Hanging out with other people that you love. Wearing plain dress up with your clothes, or taking yourself on a solo date night even, right? And all those things, do it. Romanticize your life. We're going to look out for the drama, the bad drama, the drama that drains you. If it drains you, send it on its way. Okay, honey? A Friday through Saturday, then we have a Scorpio moon. So we're diving deep. We're playing Cosmic Detective. This is your moment. Maybe some shadow work's coming up. Maybe you want to do some sacred sexuality practices, Leo, Sun, Scorpio moon. Or maybe you just want to do a cathartic, cry or ecstatic dance session. That's what the self-care is. Anything that helps you go deep, anything that helps you release, journaling, looking at energetic leaks. Also things to look out for. Sometimes a double fixed energy can have us feeling a little stubborn, a little immovable. So how can we practice some radical flexibility? Sagittarius moon is on Sunday. So on Sunday, we round out the weekend, the gorgeous Sag energy. This is like, go big or go home, double fire energy. Let's do something this day that feels adventurous, that feels like we're learning something new. Like let's have fun, let's laugh, let's like not take life too seriously, and let's get involved in some outdoor time, some doing something that makes you feel alive, that stokes the fire of your passion, planning your next vision of something that's like even just for the week, right? Like, can we visualize and stylize your week ahead? And we're just gonna look out for all that fire. We can be quick to leap to conclusions, or we can be really impatient, but just like slow down. Let's practice some patience. You silly but beautiful bitch. Like, we just gotta slow down sometimes. So then, yeah, as we round out that week with the moon, I just encourage everyone again, like tuning in to your moon and your inner moon sign and what's going on in the moon out there, the zodiac signs, is a great way to not only practice self care and help you have more awareness of how you stay regulated and grounded, but fun pro tip, pay attention to the zodiac sign throughout the month. The moon, she's like a mama that's visiting her babies. She is going to visit every house of your chart. She's going to visit every zodiac sign in your chart in the course of her 28 days. And in my book, I talk about we have all 12 signs within us. And if you really want to pay attention and understand, in probably one of the quickest ways possible, what do each of those energies? What do each of those zodiac signs, those archetypes, those cosmic keys, how do they feel for you? What do they unlock for you? Pay attention to what happens over the course of the month as the moon visits each of the 12 signs, each of the 12 houses in your chart. So let's start. If you want, as a little project, also Jupiter's in Cancer, the best thing we can do for the whole year is really befriend the moon in so many different ways. Did you also see that they're coming out with a new lunar time zone for the moon? If astrology isn't real, that'll probably drop during Jupiter in Cancer, I'm guessing. But anyway, I digress. That does segue me into the planetary planning, though, because this week the moon, she's in the headlines again. She can't stay out, but only for good things. On July 30th through August 25th, we have Venus, the planet of love, of beauty, of our values, of how we're going to magnetize and attract the best things to us and plug deeper into the gooey, gorgeous caramel filling of our heart center. Moves into Cancer, the sign, quite literally ruled by the moon. And Cancer, we just left Cancer season and we have Jupiter in Cancer, but that means that like during Leo season, we have this beautiful Jupiter and Venus and Cancer combo, which is like, yes, Leo season, out, out, out. But this Cancer energy is also like tend to yourself. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to give you 3 tips to work with that. Chiron's going to station retrograde and joining Mercury, joining Saturn. And then we're also going to talk about, we have a Mercury Cazimi. And yes, it says magical and mystical as it sounds. Basically, Mercury moves into the heart of the sun. It's also our halfway point through Mercury retrograde. And it's a great day if you are looking for a creative breakthrough or just someone who is practicing working with your intuition. I'm going to give you a great practice to work with that. So first up, let me get my notes out. Okay. Oh my goodness. So like I said, July 30th, Venus moves into Cancer. So we're leaving the love of the chitty chat yapper. We're leaving the gorgeous group chat energy to go into our moon goddess energy in the heart. We're nesting at home. Romance is maybe feeling a little cozier, nostalgic, nurturing. I think it's a very like nostalgic summer, or maybe that's just me and my 90s summer vibes. But during this time, we're going to want to let our feelings out, especially as it relates to our heart and our art. We're going to prioritize like close connections, time with family, making your space a sanctuary, a sacred space for yourself. And we're just going to look out for sometimes Venus in Cancer can have us in that like mother smother energy, or it can have us realizing that like, hey, some of these romantic connections that we have that are supposed to be really sexy and hot are starting to feel more like I have to be like someone's mama, mommy, mamacita. And like, that's not it. That's not cute. It's not a good look. So like, if you're feeling that in a relationship, let's talk it out. Let's assess, let's reassess. But yeah, in terms of, like I said, 3 ways of working with this, I would love for you to, during Venus and Cancer, make your home into like a love nest, a love magnet. Venus and Cancer wants you to remember that like your home is your biggest sacred space, and that like everything you want to achieve and attract in your outer world is going to start first from your inner world. So give it a tidy, give it a spiritual cleansing. Spruce up, dust off your altar, swap out your sheets if they're like stained and low vibe. Like feng shui says, no, honey, like, So get something that feels good, some bamboo cotton, something silky, maybe, get a candle that represents some of your new intentions you're working with. Just like, yeah, put a little love into your home. Your home is such an outer archetypal symbol of your inner world. So like, do we connect the dots here, right? Like we're taking care of ourselves. We take care of our home. Okay. Nourish your relationship. Tip number 2, and yourself. Like, can we channel some inner kitchen witchin energy and maybe like if there's someone who's been doing something for you and they're been really killing it, can you cook up a comfort meal for them? Can you drop off some cookies for them? Can you make them their favorite dish? Even heck, I'm not even the biggest cook, but can you just put out a little like girl dinner charcuterie board for them next time they come over of some simple things, just saying, I love you, I see you. And maybe like also self-love meals count in that. Like slow down. Can you plan a little picnic or maybe a movie night under a blanket for it? Something that just feels like, okay, I'm slowing down. I'm tending to myself. I'm tending to my inner child, or I'm doing that for someone else. It's really much like small, thoughtful acts. And they say, another way we access our heart is through our stomach. So let's test that out, this Venus and Cancer. And then our last tip, you know what I'm going to say. Honor those emotional boundaries. Venus and Cancer feels everything very deeply, almost to the point where it's like hard to separate their feelings from someone else's. So do things that help you like clear out your energy field, going for long walks, taking salt baths, tuning and journaling, just so you can tend to like what you're feeling first and foremost. Release anything that's not yours. If anything that's left that is yours, can you sit with yourself? Can you do a meet and greet with your heart? Can you be tender? And can you know that you are meant to like not give from a place of feeling drained or feeling obligated or feeling so entangled with other people? We want you to protect your peace. We want you to tend to your own heart first and then give and caretake from a place of overflow, a place of decision, a place of like conscious, yes, sacred yes energy versus like, ugh, I have to do this. Okay. I hope that makes sense. So then July 30th, the hits just keep coming. Chiron stations retrograde. So the wounded healer right now is in the sign of Aries, and this is our chance to go inward with that. So if you've been feeling silenced or stifled or just feeling like icky or sticky or not like yourself, this is going to be a great invitation to go inward, to explore any old wounds that might be coming up, to look at sacred rage. Hello, anywhere you've been repressing that, suppressing that. Let's look at your voice. How are we feeling in our authentic expression? Pro tip, if you need a guide, help yourself get back to it in the cosmic zone. And it's really like this whole book, it to me is a map. It's every chapter is pep talk, part permission slip, part practical magic to really just help you be yourself in the fullest, most unapologetic light so you can do the damn things you want to do. But there's so much we're up against. That's why I had to write a whole book about it. Like there's so much from society, from like external pressure, from family, from our own thoughts and self-criticism and our shadow and all of this. Like there's so much that can block our light. And I'm like, baby girl, we need you in all of the light right now because it is weird out there. So if that's something you're feeling called to do, even just like maybe getting the book and the Aries chapter has some practices and tips and tools that just might give you something to meditate on right now that might really unlock something in the spiritual energetic journey that you're on. It's going to be like, oh, that's a part of myself that I've been betraying. That's a part of myself I forgot, but now I remembered, and it's over for you bitches. Just kidding. Love everyone. But sometimes you just got to tell people it's over. I forgot how I was for a second. Now I remembered. Ooh, the last astrological moment for the week. On the 31st, we have the Mercury Cazimi. So the sun meets up with Mercury, like kisses it, holds it, it's in the heart of it. And this is in the sign of Leo. So hello, divine downloads. Hello, cosmic creatrix moments. Hello, like badass breakthroughs. And yes, of course, there might be a little drama. Okay. So there may be something that you've been like wrestling with. This Mercury retrograde might come to a head. You may kind of realize, oh, something that's been feeling tangled. There might be a breakthrough today. There also might be a great like just lightning bolt moment. And, my big cosmic tip is going to be, lead with curiosity, Uranus and Gemini. Check your facts, don't go into anything. If you're feeling drama come up, let's just turn that down and see if we can sit with ourselves and, not leap to any conclusions. But in terms of other things, if you're feeling a moment to let yourself shine authentically, if you're feeling a moment to share your voice, speak from the heart, even if your voice shakes, especially if your voice shakes, you want to speak out on an issue that's important to you right now. If you want to share your feelings with someone, this is a great day to do that. And then in terms of a little 8-minute cosmic download journaling practice, I always love the number 8 as it relates to going through Leo season. I think about, obviously, we enter the 8th month of the calendar year, but 8 is such a number, the infinite flow of the abundance we tap into when we live from the heart space. So why don't we set a timer for 8 minutes? Just short, potent, magic ritual. I want you to light a candle. I want you to grab that beautiful journal of yours, one of your favorite pens, the inkiest pens, please. And I want you to take a few deep breaths. Put your hand or your heart on your third eye, and your third eye, your belly, connect into your body first, right? Then, when you feel grounded, I want you just to free write whatever's coming up, ideas, messages, images. That's why I want a really inky marker. Maybe you're just drawing sacred doodles. Oh, one of my amazing cosmic bosses and beloved mentees of mine, Amy Caridi, does a great sacred doodle practice. But like no editing, no censoring, no judging, no trying to have things be like some wrapped up in some neat and tidy bow. But you can ask questions too, like, what does my highest self want me to know right now? What idea wants to be born through me at this moment? What's the message that I'm ready to share with the world? And just doodle, draw, have fun with it, right? Play, play, play. When the sacred timer is up, I want you to circle. I want you to underline. I want you to star. Baby Jordy just learned the word star and I'm loving it. Dar. I want you to dar any phrases that just seem like they're popping out to you, that give you the chills, that make your heart flutter, that give you little butterflies, that make you smile, or anything that feels like you're sacred. Fuck yes. Okay. That is your intuitive guidance coming through. Bonus. And if you're feeling a little extra, and it's Leo season, so I hope we're feeling a little extra, I would love for you to record a quick voice memo on the spot to capture anything else that's coming up around that, right? Get those creative sparks like fireflies in a jar before they float away. And then you can let them float away because that's the kind thing to do. But yeah, I'm really curious to see what comes up for you during the Mercury Cazimi. I've always known, for myself and my clients, we've always had some kind of breakthrough. So I guess that's where I'm going to leave you today. I'm so sad. I never want to leave you all. But before you head out, before you get out there and make all that magic and shake all that ass, here's a little cosmic pep talk, okay? This is your reminder that your weird, wild, one of a kind self is exactly who the universe needs right now. Don't dim your light for anyone. As my Aunt Steffi told me, my godmother, when I was calling off my wedding, you don't owe no one nothing but yourself. And it's words I live by. And I want you to think about, like in my book, a little excerpt that I wanted to read from you. It is here. I just wanted to share something to send you off, like a prayer. Okay, so I just wanted to tell everyone, if you're wondering, Maddie, what is the cosmic zone? What is all this work, and what is this work we're doing here? So years ago, I obviously started to understand through astrology, through my intuition, through just life. In about 2016, that I was like, we're headed into a very different world. And I started to get this ping around 2012, and I started deep diving on all these different subjects of how can we prepare for whatever this new thing, this new world that was being birthed is. And that's when I started referring to, like I said before, the cosmic revolution. But then realizing that we all needed to be, in a place of showing up as a more healed, more embodied, more liberated version of ourselves so we could show up and meet this moment with the energy we were meant to, right? And that's where Cosmic RX was born from, where I realized, oh, it's not a one-time thing. You don't get like one spiritual reading, one energy healing, and then you're good. You need the RXs, you need the digestible doses of how to show up for this revolution every day. And then a cool thing happened is that sort of accidentally, doing this for myself, doing this for my clients, for my community for almost a decade now, I realized that life started to get pretty magical when we heeded the cosmic call, when we paid attention to our souls, when we lived in alignment with our divine assignment, and we chose a life where our vision for our life lined up with our intentions and our value systems and our truth. things started to get pretty fucking cool and not perfect because life is never neat and tidy and perfect, but things started to flow. And so I wrote about that here. When you're living in the cosmic zone, it feels like flow state, but with a juicy side order of purpose, passion, and service. As I like to say to my clients, the cosmic zone is where purpose based living meets your personal mission, and you find divine alignment with your cosmic assignment, as in the work you know deep in your soul you were put on this earth to do. I truly believe that every human being on the planet is born with a unique set of gifts, and that it is our cosmic duty to bring them forward in service to the world around us. This might take forms in acts of service to others, or it may mean producing breathtaking works of art, innovative inventions, and movement making manifestos. It might be that parenting, politics, teaching, or cooking is your special gift, or maybe you have a special way with plants. All are equally worthy, and no one's cosmic assignment looks alike. Each of us gets to discover for ourselves what our unique contribution to others and the world is. And well, when we're called to the cosmic zone, we're on the right track. And this is the place where our natural gifts spring forth like water from a well. And I want you to think about that. If you're in a place of life where you're doubting yourself, you're feeling lost, or you feel like you have nothing to offer the world, or you don't know who you are, or you're operating from a place of, like we're shoving, we're trying to power through, we're trying to clench our way through life. I'm just here to tell you that that's not the plan for you. It's not what your soul signed up for. That's not what the universe wants for you. And you have so much unseen and seen energy that is supporting you, that is going to not just be there for you, but be cheering you, reveling in, gloriously hooting and hollering for you when you decide just to turn to face a part of you that maybe you've been ignoring or doubting or diminishing. Okay. So I'm here to tell you to turn that light all the way the fuck on. I am here. I want to take you to the cosmic zone and beyond. So thank you for being here. This podcast is a big part of what's helped me understand how much this work works, from getting the DMs and emails and love notes from all of you. And I'm so excited to see just what this book does for you. I spoke so many prayers. I wove so many spells into this book. It's kind of crazy, actually. So again, thank you for being here, and thank you for letting my weirdest, witchiest self abound and feel love and feel accepted. And I can't tell you how much it means to me. So go out there, own it, zone it, buy the book, post your sacred selfie, and let's flood the world with that cosmic baddie energy. I love you. I believe in you. And I can't wait to just see your continued rising and expansion. So stay magical, wrapping you in love and hugs and stardust, and sending those blessings, the same blessings I wove into the book, which are so many things. But of course, we can never forget the blessings with big, fat, juicy checks and hot, fulfilling, toe curling sex. Peace out, my baddies. Mwah. Much, much love. Do you love getting your Cosmic RX for the week here and want more? Make sure to sign up for our premium subscription so you can get exclusive access to bonus podcast episodes, all of my astrology info for the month ahead, and live new and full moon calls to help you manifest your dream life with an intentional international community of other cosmic baddies. Sign up through our link in show notes.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you want to know more about Cosmic RX, head on over to thecosmicrx.com. And if you really love this show, I'd love it if you left a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts. I super love hearing from you and reading your reviews. All right, you cosmic baddie, tune in next week. And until then, remember, love yourself fully, work your magic, and take no shit.